Alright, give us a countdown and I'll put it live on the front page.
Alright, we're encoding.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's EGLN.net broadcast of some hot 6-on-6 onslaught action. We're going to have DOW versus Phoenix Rising. We're waiting on some Phoenix Rising players to get in here. DOW, some last-minute scrimming right up to the edge here. And we have people filing in. We're going to be ready to go. It's a 9:30 start, and we're going to be remotely close to all time. So that's always a treat when you're able to do that in the world of cyber video games. No one's ever on time. See what we got in here so far. Looks like the lineups for tonight. Starting this off, we got DOW Cybermax, Sweeney, DOW Big Dog, DOW Avitas, Gunslinger, and Marshall. For Phoenix Rising, we have Dead Soul, Ice, Dragon Sani, and that is all we have at this moment. We're waiting for more to file in. Okay, so we're going to be starting in a few minutes, so if you want to grab a beer real fast, now's the time to do it, because we only have 3 Phoenix Rising players in here. And just as I said that, someone from DOW bolted, presumably to get a beer.
Dead Slash, I could use me a beer right now. How you doing tonight, man?
Not too bad. I'm pretty fired up about this. We're going to see hopefully some very tight action. Most of the so-called experts are calling this one right down the middle. It looks like from what I'm hearing and from what I know about these players individually, the middle map, Primeval, is probably going to go to Phoenix Rising. This first map is probably going to go to DOW, and it's going to be decided in Urban. So it's going to be a city-style knockdown, drag 'em out in Urban. Hopefully, third map that comes right down to the wire, and I do predict a very good match, and hopefully the best one we've cast so far.
Well, both these teams, I mean, they got a lot of experience behind them. I mean, PHX, originally being a bunch of UAL and UMA members, long-time ONS clan. DOW's been playing for years. They kind of dropped off their membership a little bit as far as activity with computers, but they were able to pick up a couple of people here and there, for example, Baharsol, Cyberman, Avitas, to help keep it going. So, yeah, I mean, gotta love this ONS community, working together, keep things going. Guys, my name's Chachi. We got Dead Slash and Alice doing commentary tonight, and Captain Howdy's doing our video, so thanks a lot, Captain Howdy. If you're new to EGLN, just let you know that we're on the IRC network, gamesurge.net, pound EGLN. We do shout-outs in between maps, so, you got a shout-out, feel free to come in there and drop us a line. And check out the forum, EGLN.net, for your match request. This match that we're bringing tonight was a request by these teams, and we're glad they requested it. Should be a really good match.
Yeah, we were talking about with the teams helping each other out. I don't know where that kind of generosity was when my clan TZ was still around, because we were looking for somebody and nobody helped us out. Well, actually, here's a piece of trivia for you. And as much as the roster's changed, there may not even be anybody on the team that knows it, but back in the day, way back in the day, there were mumblings about possible merger with TZ and DOW. And as you know, I'm known for theatrics, and TZ and DOW tags, there was no real cool way to merge them. You could have Toe, Taz, Zod, all these different things, but none of them were good. So as far as I was concerned, that poo-pooed the whole idea right there. because your tag is half the battle. As long as you look good, it doesn't really matter how you play, and I think everyone would agree on that. As we still do wait for some well, we're going backwards here, folks, because now we have 5 Phoenix Rising players in here, but we've only got 3 DOW, so we're going to have people filing in here, and then hopefully we'll be underway very, very shortly. Again, as Chachi mentioned, we're coming to live, so these sorts of things do happen, and I'm not quite sure exactly where we are as far as... Okay, well, Cyberman X joined in, so we've got 5 and 5. Alright, people are starting to flood in. Any second now, it's going to be ready to go here, so let's get ready for some action.
Yeah, a little TWL action, some 6 versus 6 onslaught. Little info about this particular match tonight for those that are curious. Got a few old school maps being played, and one slightly newer school map being played tonight. I believe we've got Arctic that's going to start us off first, which actually as many people hate that map. I personally enjoy playing the map, but you know I suck, so there's no point in talking about that. Then we've got Primeval, so we've seen a bunch of decent Primeval matches. These teams should be another good one, and then last one, the tiebreaker if it goes to that, is Urban LE. Dogs of War are defending their number 4 spot. Their current record is 13-7, but Phoenix Rising right there at number 6 with a record of 21-12. So you know, both these teams, a lot of wins under their belts.
Oh yeah, we're talking about 2 rock solid teams here. This really should be a knockdown, drag 'em out. You were saying that you were a fan of Arctic Stronghold. Hey, you know, I was too. This was one of our favorite maps. It was... a lot of people used to love this map, and it's fallen out of favor now. It's a pariah, like Red Planet. Not quite as bad, but it is definitely a pariah these days. I constantly hear people bad-mouthing it. But hey, I'm like you. I'm old school. I love this. So... I'm looking forward to a great match, and it looks like we have everybody in here, and everybody's all on the right team so far, so that's phenomenal. So it looks like we're finally ready to go. We got the Phoenix Rising lineup is Dirt, Dragasani, Ice, Sybil, Dead Soul, and Angry Saki. For DOW, we have Avitas, Sweeney, Big Dog, Cyberman X, Marshall, and Gunslinger. Gunslinger is very good, you know, because he has a 1 instead of an L in his name. That indicates eliteness.
Super elite.
Yes. But now, on the other side, this is interesting. We already have our first battle of the night. On the other side, PHX has Dirt using the 1 to represent an I. So, you know, who's right, really? I mean, that's something that, right away, we have it's a disagreement right there. And... who would be more elite, the person that uses it as an I or an L? I'm gonna go with the I. I don't know. Do you have a pick on that one, Church?
I personally like I is, you know, it's not in team, but it's fucking elite. Ooh, pardon my French. Let that one slip. Sorry, guys.
Seriously,
it's been a long day.
Lead by example now. Come on. So yeah, we have everybody ready to go. We're starting our countdown. All right. Here it is, 6-on-6 onslaught action. Dogs of War, plugging BGZ game servers. That's nice. And we're ready to go. So we're going to see how these 2 teams start. We're going to see their rushes to begin with. And we're going to settle in, and after the initial rush, maybe a flash shot at the core that somebody gets. After that, we're going to see what kind of game we're going to settle into. And you see some pressure here on the primary core right now. We have PHX.
Check out both members of DOW that were at that first node. A quick note to let people out. So DOW does not have anyone charging the first node right now.
Then they had a much more successful rush. Phoenix Rising was able to withstand the rush from DOW, and you can see right now, that's paying off. You see them, they're having a conflict at that center node, number 5 right now. But for a second there, you had 3 nodes building and only 1 blue. But as I said, beside the initial rush of it, it looks like it's starting to even out now, and we're going to have a seesaw battle. We're going to see which way it goes. Well, right now, DOW's prime is open for the hitting, and DOW loses their prime to PHX, so this is a little bit surprising. This was a map that DOW was favored on. We're going to have to see if DOW is able to recover from this. Is this a sort of a flash knockdown, or is this the beginning of the end for DOW? DOW does recover their prime node, so it looks like they might be able to withstand it. They have one person charging it, they have one person defending it. Now, both those people are gone. The DOW fighting for that node, it's halfway up, and yeah, a little bit of a battle right here. Phoenix Rising keeping that pressure on primary node number 1 for DOW.
Big Dog's down there by himself, and he's just constantly linking. You got Ingrid Saki running him down with a minigun, and Brausel in there to get a great combo on him. So, but he also sees that Hellbender holding up top, getting ready to snipe away. So he's throwing some rockets up, trying to do a little damage to it. Mana is coming around the corner. It's Angry Saki again, getting revenge on Brausel. So Saki taking him out, and they've now got 2 manas, a Raptor, all nailing node number 1 right now. Node number 1 does go down with not many members. Well, now we got 3 members. Change that 2 members from DOW. And no one's around the node right now. So everyone is cleared from the node on both teams. And 4 manas, 2 on each team come in with Cyberman and taking out Angry Saki and Gunslinger going down there. So lots of action going on at the center node right now, or that prime node.
Yeah, DOW is in a very difficult position. One of the reasons that I was a fan of Arctic Stronghold, my particular clan preferred that, was we were fairly good with getting a rush on that, and once you had their primary node down, it was very, very hard for them to come back, and we were able to beat a superior team in UMA. We actually beat them on this map, and they were a superior team to us. The only reason we were able to do it was we got that primary node down, and it's much easier to keep it down than it is to put that thing back up and start to take the map. So now you see DOW, they had to build on number 1. They lost node number 3. Having that build on node number 3, having that in their possession, really gave them a much better chance of putting a comeback on. And now they've really been handicapped, and they're really. Yes, PHX this is supposed to be the weaker of the first 2 maps, and DOW is favored in this one, but that kind of goes out the window with the particular situation that it is now. Just because you have 3 nodes worth of vehicles that are right on top of it. You have your primary node, you got a Manta over there, and then you have a Raptor and 2 Mantas that spawn at your base. So you have an almost limitless supply of vehicles that you can push right down on that primary node for DOW, and it's almost impossible when you're playing this correctly, when your team is playing this correctly, it's almost impossible to lose that node. You really have to be against an absolutely superior team, or you have to mess something up, plain and simple. You have to screw something up with timing, getting your vehicles there, and keeping your pressure on that node.
Well, right now we got Civil down there. Link of that node, but here comes their tank as Vetus right there in the tank to take him out. So Vetus holding up top of the tank, Cyberman X coming down there just to touch the node, throws an owl in the air for the Raptor he thought he saw coming. Person bailed out, dodges that mana that comes around to him there. It's still firing at him as Dirk comes in there with a Hellbender as well. Dirk gets knocked around with the tank, and Vetus right there to back him up. Civil taking him out, Cyberman, but Vetus coming right back to take out Civil. So he's still sitting there in that tank, but it is burning right now. And they're throwing rockets from up top there. You got Ice dropping down, throwing lightning at it. You got him coming in there with mana, taking out that tank, but the node is halfway up right now. Best bet for DOW is to try to get this node up as quickly as they can, get a couple of people on it to link the node, get some defense, but you know, with all these manas rushing them, it's making it really hard for them right now. Cyberman goes out by Dirt's mana, and we've got nothing but Phoenix with Dragon Sonny and Dirt down there taking out the node. And Gunslinger and Dirt collide with manas and both explode, but Dragon is still down there linking that node by himself right now. So he's got single link. He's got Cyberman coming on to do a little foot race with some rockets against him. They're both bouncing around, rockets flying, and Cyberman takes him out with the minigun. So as he starts to take out that node, he has a mana Gunslinger come up to help him out, and they have 3 or 4 of their members down there. So this might be their chance to get it going right here. If they can get it up, get a good build on it, maybe hold a couple of people there, maybe 3 people for defense, and get some people to rush aside, no, they might have a chance of cutting this off.
Yeah, as good as their chances are, though, you have Dead Soul now rolling over on the tank, and that's going to blow their chances right out of the water, unfortunately for them. So you have, again, this is excellent. It's an excellent job of holding the node right now for PHX, but you would really like to, if your PHX, finish this one in regulation. And right now, it looks like they're going to have a little bit of trouble doing that. Right now, it looks like they're going to be able to fairly easily hold this primary node. They're keeping constant pressure on it, but as far as putting this one away, right now it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that, but things could change. As I'm following Vetus right now, who is the leading, he's actually the second scorer now on DOW, as Cyberman has taken him over. The scores, by the way, Cyberman X for DOW with 28, Avitus with 22, Sweeney with 19, Gunslinger 14, Big Dog with 13, and Marshall has got 9, but he's better than that. On the other side, you got Angry Saki with 21, Civil with 18, 18 for Dirt, 17 for Ice, 17 for Dead Soul, 14 for Dragosani. Basically a pretty even distribution of points over on that side. So you have Avitus, who is their tank man, keeps rolling that tank out for DOW. I'm following him right now. And yeah, they do have that build, but almost as soon as they have that build, you see those mantas right there. And again, I mean, this is going to be the repeating theme on Arctic Stronghold. It's almost probably boring to someone who doesn't appreciate the game, but what the real trick is you really have to time it perfectly, where you get that node up, you have protection there, and you have people in position to start hitting those other nodes, because in addition to the struggle for just getting up node number 1, you have to keep in mind that as long as PHX, Phoenix Rising, is putting pressure on that node, the only way to lock that node, you have to take down 3, 5, and 2. That's a very, very tall order. And right now, what DOW, I think, is playing for is to take this thing into overtime and then regroup on the next one and try to take that in regulation to win this map, which is something that they can do.
Well, real quick, I mean, for them to win this map, we're going to remind everyone of the rules. They do play clan-based rules, dual-side play. Basically, it means whether a team wins in overtime or regulation, they still get a single point for it. The way a team wins a map is they get 2 points. They don't get 2 points, they tie the map, they go to the next map. If they tie that map, that's how we go into our tiebreaker. So just a quick rundown for those that are a little bit new with the dual-side rules. Now right now you've got tons of manas. Oh, don't be sorry. We got tons of manas all over that node right now. You got Ice down there, stepping on the node, starting to link, but you know what? Here comes Cyberman with a mana right there, barely avoiding an Avril that was about to hit him. And they're bringing the tank, Avitus, in the tank, being surrounded though by the mana, Ice and the mana, and doing a good job. Ice finally getting taken out by Cyberman. So we've got the tank. No, the tank did get destroyed during that change around there. Now we've got a Link started up here. Cyberman down there at the prime by himself, Link at the moment, and here comes Silver with the mana right behind him, missing the roadkill. But you know, Cyberman is still alive down there. Run the mini on Civil. It's got a foot fight going on there, and we've got Link coming from PHX around the corner there, as well as a Hellbender up top, as the Hellbender is also going down at this moment. Cyberman's still there by himself. Really could use his team get down there right now to help keep all these manas off of him. Looks like, though, that they do have Baharso up there up top on Avril detail to try to keep him off him, so that may be what was helping him. Avitus rolling in with the tank, belling out as it gets swarmed by manas. And we've got one member of DOW still there, still Cyberman. Cyberman's down there, as is Big Dog. They've got this 3/4, almost got a Link on it. They have it up. Now they need to get the defense on it real quick, but here comes Dragosani real quick there with his mana coming in here. We got 4 members, 3 members. The node's going down really fast. They got the node up and everyone ran. There wasn't much defense in there.
Yeah, and you can see that DOW had put a little bit of damage on some of the other nodes. They've already Phoenix Rising has already recovered from that. So Yeah, like I said before, I think right now DOW is going to be worried about winning the second round of this map, which is something that they can do. They really need to. Their backs are sort of against the wall here because everybody predicted this to be this great even match. Did predict DOW to kind of pretty much whip Phoenix Rising on this map. It's not their forte, these larger vehicle maps. The smaller maps like Primeval, where DM is key because that's one of their stronger points. So it might just come down to DOW shocking them on Primeval. That should be interesting to see how that goes. So this one is going to go into overtime. I don't suspect any miracle comebacks on this one. I think that this is just going to drain down here in the overtime is for almost the entire map. DOW has been knocked down to that first node, and this probably is why people hate this map so much, is because if you lose that primary node, it's so hard to come back. And if you're not very good at rushing that initial rush, you get blown out of the water a little bit too early on this one. You get surprised like DOW did right here, as DOW is putting a build on there, and Dead Soul taking out Sweeney's Avril right there. But yeah, most of the action on this entire map is taking place at node number 1. Right now, Marshall is there trying to defend it and charge it and everything, but as you can see, no matter what camera angle you're looking at right now, there's probably a Manta on your screen. It's either somebody driving it or you can see them from that primary node, so there's not really much that DOW can do at this point except for just make sure that, well, I guess take their pride with them and protect their core, because I don't really see them coming back, but obviously they can try. Now shock me, watch them come back.
Oh, I'd love to see him come back. I love seeing it when it does get down to this point. You're in overtime, and you're able to get your team pulled together that last couple of minutes to be able to pull off a win. It can happen. I've seen it happen before, and it's so enjoyable to see it happen. You know, but like you said, DOW, just right at the beginning, they all came to that startup with Phoenix coming in there and just annihilating both members that were starting the prime, which pretty much at least built the coffin. I don't know if that initially put the nail in it, but the coffin was right there for him. With Angry Saki down there right now, blowing up that prime node there. We've got Dead Soul in the tank. We've got Dirt's Lincoln as Saki goes out with his mana. Dirt is the only one Lincoln at the moment, but here comes Avitas with the tank right now. He's been doing most of the tank work here at the beginning, and doing pretty decent with a score of 41 right now, so not too shabby. Cyberman, again, there by himself at that node. Trying to get a link up on it, and he has it in the yellow phase right now. Don't see many vehicles coming in. We've got Drigsagi around the corner with a shock, but not doing much. Cyberman's about to get a build, and here comes the manas right as I say that. Drigsagi, Dragon with the link, Dirt with the mana, Ice with the mana, and they just come out there and take it down. Cores right now 41 for DOW, 88 for PHX. So pretty much it's their last gasp. If they're going to do something, they better do it really quick. And I'm talking about DOW. Otherwise, they'll have PHX take the first round of Arctic. Cyberman down there right now. He keeps trying. Dragonsagi right down there with a minigun mows him down. And Dragon down there, getting the link, starting the prime, and here comes a Bender. It's Gunslinger in the Bender right now to try to take him out, but Gunslinger quickly taken out by Ice up there up top in his twin beams. 20 points left on the DOW power core right now. We've got two members of DOW down there. You've got Cyberman, and you've also got Barcel over there. Barcel though with the gunfight. And here comes Dragon with the mana to end that gunfight. As Dead Soul's down there getting the link, trying to see if they can at least get the core up so they can hit it one time. Cyberman pancaking him from above, dropping right on top of him. And there's Dirt with the Raptor blowing up, not the missile, but the actual primary fire of the Raptor. So Dragonsagi trying to take care of Gunslinger, and that Hellbender destroys the Bender. Barcel and Gunslinger still down there. They're fighting out just for points pretty much here at the end because it's about to run down to the very end. And that's PHX taking the first round of Arctic. So PHX, we got the scores: Dirt with 43, Angry Saki 43, Civil 40, Ice 37, Dragon Sani 34, Dead Soul on 27. Got Cyberman with DOW, he had like 58, and then the map switch where I can tell you the rest.
Hey, so did I miss an amazing comeback when my interweb dropped me? As I was busy just punching my modem in the face just now, and now that I'm back, but I missed the end of the match. Was it any good? What happened?
I think you know what happened. I mean, recap real quick. PHX just held prime. Never did get up to a full link on it to attack the core, but they didn't really need to. Taking the first round 1-0 on Arc Stronghold. Remember, guys, if you got shout-outs or just watching the match and got some comments and want to talk to people, come to IRC Network. GameSurge.net, pound EGLN. UT Chachi in here. Be willing to take your shout-outs and get them sent out to you.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody would want to shout out the nice ladies of Phoenix Rising. You got Psycho and Arwen. Somebody must want to say hi to them. I mean, they're girls and they're on the internet. So there's got to be somebody who wants to send them a message. I mean, come on. They're girls, and they play video games. Let's go.
I'm already picked up round. Sorry, can't do it.
So we're getting ready for round 2. Now, the prediction, of course, the expert prediction was that DOW was going to win this map. And I expect them to do a better showing of themselves and win the map this round. It's, of course, PHX was ready. And the key to that map, and it was something that you had mentioned, the key to that map was in the very beginning. PHX had a rush, and DOW had a rush. PHX was able to avoid the DOW rush, and PHX's rush totally screwed up the DOW build. And that short advantage, that small time advantage was enough for them to get that prime down. And once that prime is down, it's like once the water buffalo gets in the jaws of a crocodile in that river, you know he ain't getting out. It doesn't matter if he's just partially in there, he's dead. And that's kind of what it's like when you have that primary node down. So here we are, we're going through this again right now. And we're going to watch these two startups. These two startups are going to be incredibly important right here, as you see the rush over on the I'm watching on the PHX side right now. PHX has a little trouble there. They lost. No, never mind. They didn't lose anybody on that one. So they have 3 people leaving up their prime node, and they're fine on their prime. Chachi, what happened on the DOW build?
Sweeney is down on the prime, but Gunslinger's still there to finish it off. And right as he gets killed, he gets the finish though. So gets the finish, spawns back there, picks up his man, and come back after Civil. And so we got both side nodes getting built right now. Right now, we've also got the tank, Avitas, going around node 2 right now. So if they can get that node 2 built, which they can't, it's getting attacked right now. And node 3 has been built, and node 4 is under attack right now by 2 men. It's Angry Saki and Dragon Sagi is down. The red is going down. It's down, and DOW is going to have to fight their way back again from being the first one to lose their prime.
And that's I mean, this is quite a surprise from everything that you were told to expect for this particular matchup. And again, once you're at this point, now right now it's still very early. This is a very difficult situation for DOW, but by no means is this a lost cause. As you can see, DOW still has a build on node number 2, and there's no build on node number 5. So one of the key factors making it so hard for them to come back before was all 3 of those nodes had to be taken down in order for them to lock their prime node, and they had no vehicles streaming in from all there. Now you don't have that right now. Looking at the DOW prime node, DOW has 2 people there, but nobody's charging the node because they have to defend it. Now we finally have Gunslinger throwing some link on there, and he's just sort of tapping that link out there. I'm not quite sure. Now he's got that up. I'm not sure what he was doing there, Chachi. He was just sort of tapping on that, and he finally did get that up right as they lost node number 2, but they've already got a build on node number 2. Now what they need to do is, they've already lost node number 5. That's been built up, and so is 3. And overwhelming pressure over on their primary node before they can do anything about it. So DOW, yeah, is definitely in trouble now, because Phoenix Rising has node number 5 in their possession. DOW still has node number 2, but just to build on it, they don't even have the node to retain. It's just a build on. They're not going to be able to get that up while they don't have their primary node.
Well, more than likely, you're going to see PHX send something over Manta Raptor real quick to take out node number 2 real quick, which they're attacking it right now. Take it out just so they can touch it. It's going to be locked. It can't be attacked. They'll probably let it heal up itself just so it gives this DOW team a little bit more that they have to take down if they do get their prime up. Barcel down there right now, he's by himself with Dead Soul coming in with the mana, running him down. We also got Big Dig in here, though. Is that his name? Big Dog, excuse me. Big Dog up in there with the Raptor coming in, but not doing a whole lot of action with it there. As we've got Angry Saki and who we got down here? Is that Dragon? Dragonsani down here with Civil getting the node built, but the vehicle from Barcel explodes right next to him. So we've got 2, 3, 4 people in the vicinity for DOW around that prime right now. And we've got 1 infantryman up top there as Big Dog runs him down with the Raptor. And we've got a build, so it's down the yellow. It's a solo build right now. Barcel up top trying to prevent those manas coming in and take him down. And we've got 2 manas down there as Barcel gets Dragonsani. But we've still got 1 mana there. It looks like Civil bailing out of the mana real quick. There's a Raptor up top. And we've almost got a build, so Vetus down there finishing up the build right now. They have the build. They need to defend this, though, not have everyone rush off. Got a Vetus running off in the mana real quick there. Got Barcel up top, I believe that is, with or on the side with his Avrils. And we've also got a number man up there. It was Sweeney, but Sweeney getting taken out by Angry Saki's lightning gun. So node is at yellow right now, getting hit from the top mountainside. 2 areas of link there. We've got Cyberman coming in trying to get a link. Barcel trying to come in there to keep it alive also, but just not enough as Cyberman finally gets ran over by the Man of Ice.
Yeah, valiant effort by DOW. Now, what DOW needs to do is they're going to need to hurry up and get this thing back up again before they lose node number 5, and then boom, they're gonna have to take on node number 3 or node number 2. And once you get it to the point where you have 2 of those 3 nodes or 1 of those 3 nodes up fully, if they have that middle node up, all of a sudden it's a brand new ball game because they're going to have access to the PHX core. So again, just because of the early rush, DOW's supposed alleged superiority in vehicles has been neutralized by PHX and a simple abundance of vehicles sitting right there on their primary node. As PHX showing a presence on their primary node finally takes down node number 5, that tank node in the middle, which that could be important, that may not be important. There's a tank that spawns right there, and it's within about a 2 seconds drive of them being able to shoot a tank shell right on the DOW prime. As DOW about to get that prime back up, they have 2 guys linking on that, and now looks like, wow, PHX in the nick of time able to stop that, and now it is finally down. Now the problem with that tank in the middle that's in such great position, DOW very savvy in taking that out long before it can do any damage. They damage that as soon as it spawns. PHX not there to take it right away. And you can see two PHX there right up on top of that ledge that overhangs, or the cliff that overhangs, well, it didn't really overhang anything, but it's to the right of that main bridge, and they're linking up with their link guns and taking that down. And again, we're right back where we started from. And a little bit of history here. DOW, they're quite a mutt of a clan. It seems like they've absorbed everybody. A bunch of different clans. They started out in 2004. They were an early 2003 clan. The only their original members, Big Dog is their not Big Dig. That's in Boston. Big Dog is their only active member remaining from their first 6 who formed the team. They joined the ladder in January 2005, and they're at their highest rank ever, which is something that's pretty good for them. And they get that primary node up, DOW does, and almost as soon as they do, it gets taken down again. PHX right in position.
Well, you've seen Angry Saki and Dead Soul up on that top mountain area a lot of times. As soon as that node's up, just throwing Link down there from above there. So, with Angry Saki getting a great lightning shot and gunslinger, taking him out. And he was the only man from DOW that was down there at that prime right now. Vetus now is down there with a solo Link by himself there. But we got Angry Saki up top there, shooting down, and but gets hit in the back, so he gets taken out. But not before Dead Soul and Dirt are down there linking on that prime. Two-way link on the prime right now. You got a mana covering the front side of the spawn area. They're about to get this node up, and the node is up right now. And the core is already taking damage. But not much, only like a little sliver. But now we got him coming in there. We got Jerksani with the mana stuck under some stairs, gets taken out. And we've got node number 4 getting hit. Still got Civil inside the mana. And finally getting taken out by the tank of Avitus there. Node 4 is still up though, and they have taken 18 points away from DOW's power core. So DOW does have 82 points on their core with 100 on Phoenix's, obviously.
Yeah, if there was such a thing as friendly fire here in Onslaught, they would have done a bunch of damage on their own core. Unfortunately, having a little bit of trouble killing Civil there, shooting point blank in that tank, blowing up everything in that core, it seemed, but Civil before finally taking him down with their tank. That was DOW now, having trouble with that. And you see I'm following Dragon Sani right now is he's creeping in over the top now. He's over in that cliff area. He swings by where those players are that are hanging up on top there, swings all the way around, and they're just trying to keep pressure on that, and you can see while that node is down, Dragon Sonic staying clear of the node. He's battling right now with Cyberman X, but not wanting to get in there. What you can see is PHX is not trying to aggressively really try to build that right now. They're just trying to make sure that it stays down, or at least that's what it looked like right there following Dragon Sonic, because with no build on that, he stayed away from the node. He wanted to make sure that he had more people in position. And now, finally, they do have as he was losing his Manta, he jumps out of that, and, well, he's with God now after he eats a tank shell from Avitus. So, slipping back to Dead Soul. Dead Soul now in the Manta, flying through the DOW base. So, that's really frustrating when you're DOW. You have those Mantas flying through your bases. He cuts Barshal in half with his Manta. Zips in on that node, takes the node down, so they have Ice and Dead Soul over on that mana. Ice in the tank, getting a charge from his friends. Dead Soul charging that, Dragon Sonic joining him. Now you got Civil in there, and PHX putting a build on this bad boy, but oh! Didn't see that one coming. Gunslinger comes in and makes some fertilizer right around that primary node. Just flattened about 28 people in one shot right there. Excellent move.
Alright, so we still got members of DOW down there. We got Cyberman again. He's by himself. You see him in this spot a lot. Finally getting taken out, though, by that mana exploder right next to him there. With Gunslinger picking up burning mana, trying to get a smash, and he runs into another blown-up mana. So Civil getting the kill, but Big Dog with a tank right there to take him out on the prime. So we've got Big Dog and tank. We got Barcel down there solo right now. They do have a Hellbender. PHX does have a Hellbender with some twin beams set up, but Gunslinger is running after it right now. Dirt taking out Gunslinger with the combo explosions from that turret there. But let's see what we got going on here. Someone did bail out of the tank just then. Big Dog did. He got back into it and he died. So now we've got one mana down there taking out the prime, and that is Dead Soul. Dead Soul, solo man for PHX down there right now. Getting the link going right now. We got 1 footman coming around the corner there to try to take him out. As well as we have the tank coming around the corner to try to defend. Tank getting a lot of damage though already. PHX was in it, gets taken out. Gunslinger again getting taken out with the twin beams of Dirt. Dirt just nailing it with that Hellbender on the hill. PHX almost has a build on this, and they do. Ice with the build. The core is open to be attacked right now. We've got one member from DOW with a link in there. We've got the Hellbender Raptor coming in to try to knock it out there. Gunslinger coming in with the Hellbender taken out real quick. You got Avitus with the tank coming in. And Dragon Sonic just running into the tank and blowing himself up against the side of it without even having to do anything. We are going to overtime low, and the core is down to 25 for DOW, and it's 100 still for PHX.
Yeah, they were able to get that quarter down on the node. It gives them a significant boost going into overtime. It's going to make this overtime a little bit shorter than the last one. Yeah, PHX just running Not quite figure eights because it's not primeval, but almost close because they're weaving in and out of that base in their mantas. So if you're spawning in there, you gotta watch your head and wear a hard hat because you got a manta flying in, decapitating you every 2 seconds if you're in the DOW base. Very frustrating for them right now. And what are you thinking for them as Dragon Sani hitting that core almost as soon as it comes open? What do you got to be thinking if you're DOW? You were supposed to win this map. The next map is the one that's going to be trouble for you. Oops, wait a minute. You just got blown out of the water here. You lost them both. Hey, okay, you were able to take them both to overtime, but, I mean, come on. This was your map, supposedly. What are you going to do? So they're really going to need to rebound on Prime right here. They're really going to need to show off some DM skills against PHX, which again, that's where they want to be. That's their element. And I'm not sure if they're going to bring in any nice ladies on that one, but hopefully they will, because I'm sure it will increase our ratings. But that's what's going to be headed up next as we're winding down in overtime, 94 to 30. Take a look at the scores as we wind down here because people leave so fast or the server gets restarted or we might miss them. Got Cyberman X, Marshall, both almost the same score, 45 and 44. Vetus with 42. This is DOW I'm talking about now. So up there all about the same score. You got Gunslinger with 34, Sweeney with 34, Big Dog with 33. So everybody there uniform trying to have the same score. Looks good, but I'm sure they'd rather win. On the other side you got, for Phoenix Rising, Ice. We got a staggering 52 points. Dirt with 35, Angry Saki 34, Dragasani 29, Sybil 27, Dead Soul, same initials as me, only 18. So we're hitting that core right now, and it looks like as DOW trying to force them out of the base, and yeah, they get to end this one by hammering on that core with a Manta, and DOW loses both these maps, and that also means that PHX wins them. So PHX takes both sides in Arctic Stronghold, and on me move to Primeval. It's going to be quite a show, I hope. I'd like to see DOW make some kind of a comeback. Chachi, you a little bit surprised?
I am a little bit surprised. I mean, DOW, like I said, been doing the ONS thing for a long time. I've played this map several times, but you know, it all came down to that startup. I know we had the feed get cut for just a quick moment there earlier. Quick recap for people that just joined us who may have missed that feed. First round, PHX took it in overtime, never actually getting the node up. The prime node of DOW, but still winning the point in overtime. And then the second round, side switch, and again they take DOW. They don't hit them as bad and take out as many of them as quickly, but they do take out one of the linkers, and that was enough to give them enough time to slow down DOW, and allow PHX come in there and take out their prime. And during that round, they did actually get the prime up quite a few times to actually throw some damage onto it, a little spit, little kick here and there. But again, win it into overtime. So 2 points right now for DOW as they take both rounds of Arctic. For us to go into a tiebreaker, for PHX, 2 points for PHX. Sorry about that. For DOW to go to the tiebreaker on this, they will have to win both rounds of Primeval, which people are saying isn't going to be the strongest map against this PHX team.
Yeah, hopefully they'll make a good fight out of it. I mean, I know I've played with the DOW guys, and I know Cyberman X and Gunslinger. They're all very good players. So Cyberman X, one of their players that's on loan, I guess, or came over as I don't know if he's technically on loan. T2k4 letting him play with them, and they have a lot of high quality players. So it's not going to be a fact of where they get blown out of the water. I guess what it's going to come down to is overall them working as a team here on Primeval, the allegedly horrible, boring map that I think is going to be a little bit more exciting and probably a little bit shorter, because I do believe that it's not going to be as seesaw as the last one that we saw. This is my prediction. I'm making it now. I'm not going to say who is going to win, but I think that somebody is going to put an initial push on this, and I think that once that primary node goes up once, that I don't think it's going to be in any dispute after that. I don't think it's going to be that seesaw. I think that once one team gets that tank, I'm calling it now, it's going to be over. That's my prediction. Now we'll see. We'll see at least one nice lady has entered the arena here, and that's Arwen. I'm waiting on Psycho, who belongs to PHX, and I was promised would play tonight, so that I would be able to call her a nice lady, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, at least not yet. So There you go.
Real quick, we got a shout out there from Mega. Good old Mega Man. Give him a shout out, and his shout out is Challenge Vox. We're bored. So Vox, we've seen of several casts, very impressive team, saying that they want a little action out there. So if you haven't challenged them, or if you're not scrimming them, go holler at them. It's a great bunch of guys there, and they want to see what you can pull out of your hat. Also, we've got a shout out to Dirt, my fellow Rainbow buddy from Captain Gordon from USSR. So give it up for Captain there, coming in there. We appreciate you coming in here. Again, this is 6 versus 6 onslaught action, TWL. We've got, make sure I say this right real quick. We've got Team DOW defending their number 4 spot against Team Phoenix Rising, who are currently at number 6. Map scheduled to play Arctic, which Phoenix Rising took both rounds. Next we're going to Primeval, and if DOW can take both rounds of Primeval, we might see a little bit of Urban. But PHX saying that DM is their forte and that this was their pick, so they don't intend on losing this map at all.
No, when you talk to the two teams beforehand, both teams predicted that this would be the PHX map and DOW would take that first map. So the teams themselves were wrong about the first one. Let's see how it goes on this one. There's always, especially, and this is something that I've run into before, when I was competing on the ladder, you would go against somebody and you would beat them on a map that was supposed to be their map, and then you would be heading into your map and you would get a little bit overconfident. I mean, that had happened to me, it happened to my teams, and I'm sure that happens to other people where you say, oh, geez, we just beat these guys on their map. Are you kidding me? We're going to roll. And you get a little bit overconfident, and let's see if PHX can avoid that right here, because, I mean, that's the only, that might be the biggest hope for DOW, but that's a very real thing for everybody here that competes. When you beat somebody on their map, you get a little bit overexcited sometimes, so we'll have to see. Now, we have some changes to the lineup. For PHX, we have Sybil, Dragasani, Dirt, Angry Saki, who all were in prior. Added to the lineup, Arwen and Civil. Arwen and Psycho. So the names are close. Civil, Psycho, very difficult. Civil, Psycho, Sani, Saki. If that's not on purpose, it's crazy, the coincidence, right? Over on DOW, you got Sweeney, Big Dog, Cyberman X, Super Sinner Ho, Marshall, Thunder, and the Big Dog. Big Dog, that founding father of DOW, or the only remaining founding father. We're going to see if he can be a founding father of a comeback right here. So we're getting just about ready to be underway here. We got the Good Luck Have Fun's coming out here. We should be starting any moment. I expect some good, close, in-your-face, popping combos. Oops, you blew up my Hellbender. I just ate your mind's action. Hopefully this is going to be a very good match. And I'd like to see some good tank work and some good Manta work. Big Manta fan myself.
Guys, if y'all haven't checked out yet, come to IRC, GameSurge.net, pound EGLN. We got a few of the people in here tonight. Some names that are known as community. We got X-Cannon from Vox in there saying how special Arwen and Psycho make him feel. And shout out to Arwen from X-Cannon. Arwen should marry me. So, Arwen, I know you're a smarter girl than that. Stay away from that kid. Anyway, come on in here. We also got Senior Stooge and Captain Gorgon from USSR in here. So come on in, join some comments with them. I'm sure you get some laughs and enjoy the action as we get ready to do this Prime thing.
Yeah, it's almost like Mardi Gras in IRC. It's insanely fun. And again, you saw that the proposal to Arwen there is going to be so difficult to be a girl on the interweb. Al Gore's, when he created the interweb, I don't think he realized what an impact. Poor girls. You're on the internet and people know you're a girl. You even think you're a girl. You just can't stop people talking to you. It's great. Well,
I don't think Al Gore understood the impact of girls talking to him in general. So, you know, he had to create something out there to get a little taste.
I believe. So
we got ready to start this up right now. We got a run going out here. We got a few members going to the side node from DOW there, node 1. And we've also got some action going on over at node 2. So both teams getting their side nodes up built first here before they really rush into the center there. Got a lot of vehicular warfare going on. It's Barcel and Sublime coming in there. Or Sweeney coming in there with a Hellbender pushing up right against node 2 to try to take people out. Sweeney's still alive in there as Barstow goes down by Angry Saki Shock. And DOW has the first build of this center node. You got Super in there and Big Dog. Big Dog ran out of Link though, and you got tons of Link flying up from PHX from that node 2 area there. But right now, DOW still has a presence in the center node there. Mana's being kept back by those shock beams. But here comes Syl taking both Baharsel and Super with a great mana swipe, taking out the last opposition DOW had there at the center node. Now PHX dominating, but not moving in real close yet. Kind of holding back by node 2 there. I guess they like chilling out by the big tree.
Yeah, right now you see them, they're not pushing forward, which is what they'll need to do when they want to put their actual push and they want to take this map over. Cyberman X, who was in the Manta for the first sweep for DOW, is on the ground now, so I don't know if they're just poorly utilizing their Manta right now or if somebody else is going to be switching into it. I'm looking at it appears somebody may have jumped in there. No, I don't see anybody in the Manta right now for DOW. Yeah, okay, now finally somebody is in there, but that Manta's got to be in the air at all times, so that's not something that you want to wait on at all. And you see DOW, though, showing some good teamwork, as it seems like everybody had their team linked up right there to take down that build that PHX had on that middle node. You got some good coverage right now, in case you haven't noticed it, some good coverage of the node from Dirt, with his twin beams sniping people off with his hellbender, and you can see he hasn't actually been touched, so he's getting a lot of pressure over there on them, and right now you have Sybil in that Manta for UMA. He's just for PHX, wearing his UMA tag, I'm sorry. And he's just terrorizing DOW right now. As you saw him, he filled somebody with plasma, cut the other one in half. He got bored of filling him with plasma, I guess. And that middle node, they got that build going on there, and now they have that middle node up. So here's where we're going to see the real separation from the two teams, if there's going to be one, is with this middle node up. As R1 escapes with the tank, she pulls back with that tank. She's hurt. That middle node is a little bit down. Taking that primary node down by 10 is PHX, but not really a big hit on there, and not a really big attack. Now, what we need to see is how well PHX takes care of this tank, which is very, very low. Nobody's charged it yet, and they need to keep that stacked or powered up, and that's going to help them hold number 3, or at the very least, really keep DOW from getting close in there. Now you see Psycho helping out R1 right there with a little charge on the tank.
Well, you also got to give up the Dirt right now. I mean, 7 kills already with the Hellbender turret right now. And, with that tank just finally getting taken out, he's still in a great position. He hasn't even been touched yet. He's just going over there. He's sniping anything out that comes his way. They're finally firing back at him there. And he's trying to move it around as it is on fire, and he's going to have to abandon ship. But he starts moving out on foot. He's like, you know what? You broke my toy. I'll still come out there and throw a Spider-Man your way. Because that looks like that's what he's going to do. As he gets a kill with a single Spider-Man on Super.
Yeah, taking a look over at the DOW side again, they're trading off who having the Manta right there. I saw it with Cyberman X, who I don't know how long he'd been in the Manta, but as soon as I looked at him, he got served and was blown out of that rather quickly. So I was wrong with my prediction that PHX would, or whichever team got that middle node up, I thought they would be fairly quick after that, as DOW was able to take that node back, only lose 10 off their core, and almost immediately they're able to take the tank out, which of course is one of the huge benefits of that middle node. You have this nice, beautiful tank, as Sybil just going around totally decapitating everyone. He's terrorizing DOW right now in that Manta. It's absolutely, I mean, that's critical when you're running this map, as far as how well you're going to be able to push around, is how well your Manta is. We saw this when we saw Vox and PHX doing this map, and the real difference in that game was Prism and his Manta work versus, well, I can't recall who was doing it for PHX in that one. It was that unmemorable. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for them, and right here you can see this is a different story. As you're seeing some excellent work out of Sybil right there. As the two teams, we're seeing a lot of spam mines from here. You're seeing a lot of spam from DOW, and that kind of indicates that they're a little bit less experienced at the DM thing. You see a lot of the spam from their Hellbender. You see spam with mines. they're able to push PHX back. I mean, it's very effective. The problem is if you're using spam, yeah, you can hold the other team back, but you're not really advancing. You're not really putting a push on them. You're not really putting a build on that. You're just really preventing them from building, and that's not how you win this map.
Saki in the center right now, getting a great double kill earlier there. As you mentioned, with a weapon that a true DMer would probably pick out with Spider Mines, a shock there. Busting out the shock, you see tons of shock flying out from PHX right now, right over that node there. Not letting them even start a build on it. They see all the Spider Mines in front, you know, like, you throw your Spider Mines here, we'll shoot you as you stand against the wall as Saki takes out Thunder. And Sybil coming back to do a little damage there. So right now we're going to take a look at, I want to see what's going on with the mana drivers here real quick. Or actually no, let's go over the dirt. If you look over at dirt right now, shows that he's in a really prime position to keep them from possibly even be able to get that node up. I mean, he's just holding off that twin beam right there, waiting to get anyone that pops their head out around that corner. And he was also shooting over that secondary fire. And he fires over at the mana, slows it down, doesn't blow it up, but does enough damage to let his team come in there and start to dominate the node there. Dirt finally moving off into position where he was before. He needs to hit the brakes and back up, and he gets to where he wants to be. So Dirt is now in the same position he was earlier, where he was owning. He's at a score of 24, second highest on his team, third highest in the server right now. So good job, Dirt, with some great twin beam action. As he looks ahead, that mana right in front of him, misses the mana, tries again, but the mana takes him out. So Cyberman with the mana. Let's go over Cyberman real quick there. We'll see what else is going on here, because we got say the mana is definitely a strong thing around here. Cyberman with score 14 right now, and he is harassing them in their spawn right now. He is burning though, and he is about to blow up. He's not going to let them have the mana in any way though. He's dying in it, and Dirt takes him out.
Yeah, now we see that Phoenix Rising with their build on the middle, and yeah, as you had pointed out, excellent work from Dirt. And you can see Dirt positioning himself perfectly and then sniping, adjusting himself a little bit and then sniping like mad. Now he's doing a little bit of spam. It's almost like he hears me and he just wants to do the opposite of what I'm saying. But for the most part, he's been sniping, and with that combo, he served about 3 people with a heaping helping of death. I don't know if you saw that, but those combos were across. As soon as he popped the sky mines from his Hellbender, it seemed like everybody on DOW died, respawned, and died again in that stream. That was unbelievable. And yeah, right now you have Phoenix Rising putting their push on. Phoenix Rising, by the way, they care about their relatively new clan in the name Phoenix Rising, but they're not new to the game, and they're not really all that new. UMA UAL used to be 2 separate clans. They had a relationship. It was almost like UAL was kind of like the developmental team for UMA, who was one of the preliminary teams on the ladder, and actually absolutely owned Primeval. I believe UMA was Latin for owns at Primeval, and they had most of their members that they had. This is in January of 2006. Dead Soul and Sybil created Phoenix Rising, and then a little bunch of the UMA and UAL members that still wanted to play actually formed that team. The 2 of the non-founding members, Dragon Sai and Arwen, actually was a non-founding member. Arwen used to be a nice lady for 187, and now she's a nice lady for Phoenix Rising, who was formerly UMA UAW. So definitely some incentive to want to join that team. They have girls in TeamSpeak. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a good clan.
They have 2 girls, 2 of them, man.
Yeah, it's almost impossible, like girls in stereo. And I've heard that they've been in TeamSpeak. They're not fake. They're like, they actually are real. I know, like, when I was in TZ, we lied and said we had girls trying to get people to join, but they actually have them, apparently. So I've never confirmed it myself, but I do firmly believe it. And you see, we're fighting out here over this middle node. 2 minutes remaining. Now, that DOW, with their core taken down by 10 points, is they need to do something or they're going to lose this map and they're going to lose this match. They need to, in this next, well, I mean, they have overtime, but they need to get that node up, and they need to somehow pull this thing even or get a little bit of a lead, because if this isn't going to finish in regulation, well, they're not going to be able to they're going to be on the losing side of an overtime loss or overtime victory, overtime game right now, unless they do something. So you can see beautiful Phoenix Rising keeping them from getting up. They almost had it up, but it looks like a very uphill battle right now for DOW. What do they got to do, Chachi?
I mean, DOW, they've got to go in there, and for one thing, they got to stop relying on the spider mines so much. They need to try to, and if they are going to rely on the spider mines, they're going to have to push a lot farther past than just that center area. Push past, try to DM some of those guys off, get Cyberman in there with that mana, keep them knocked out in node 1 so they don't have that shock rifle to really do a lot of damage with, and try to really get that node up. Arwen, though, is just owning people right there with her spider mines. She doesn't mind using them. She'll throw them out there. But right now, we've got 3 members from UMA right now, or excuse me, Phoenix, right there on the outside there. Cyberman coming in with his mana, about to do a little damage on him, though. He's spinning around Arwen, spinning around another person, but Arwen puts the arrow right in the side of his head. So we've got 20 seconds left. DOW's really got to make a push here, and they've got to make it right now if they want to try to do this and win this map.
Let's take a look at Barshall right now, because if you look at these scores, Barshall far and away leading for DOW. Take a look and watch him, see what he's doing that's so special. Having a little bit of trouble finding him, probably dancing around in the middle there. And yes, I'm watching him right now. He's fighting around in the middle. He's using, as not a surprise, you see he's using his shock rifle, which is a sign of skill. Barshall used to play UMA, UAL, I believe UMA. So I don't know what happened there with the switch. Maybe I'm wrong about that. It's Barshall now advancing on Dirt, who is very, very good in that Hellbender. He's no legendary Dresk, who is an absolute monster in the Hellbender, but he's been having a hell of a game in it and very dead on with his double shots. And now DOW with some serious trouble. Their core is open and available again. You have full coverage over that node for Phoenix Rising. They got their tank, they rolled that into position or out of harm's way. Putting a little bit, actually not putting any hurt right now on the core for DOW, so they're not really, doesn't appear to be pushing that right now, but they do have that advantage. And they get taken down now. Cyberman X, a very nice move. He hopped his Manta up over the hole in the map there that for a long time was debated over whether or not you should really use it. Hopped it up over there, snuck behind Arwen, and took that tank out. So that's a very good move for DOW. I mean, that helps them a lot, but it looks like it could be a bit too little too late, because they're down on this map. They haven't had a good build in that center. No, they came close once before as Dirt gets chopped in half by Cyberman X. Cyberman X in a retaliation is, taken down with a shock rifle. I'm so excited that I'm hiccuping. And yeah, DOW right now, they need to put a push on here, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it based on what we've seen so far. So a very exciting match. It's a fairly close match. DOW, they didn't get dominated or blown out of the water, but unless they do something quick, it looks like they're going to lose right here.
I mean, they just have to make that push. They have to make that push. They're going to have to commit and get together as a group and stop running in one-on-one there, because that's just getting them taken out. They do finally have a starver build, but you know what? They're right there. I believe that's Civil with the mana there, just taking them out. The Civil then is taken out by Thunder's Avril. So we've got 3 members of DOW around there. Sweeney just kind of driving around the corner there with his Hellbender. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing there. He just had himself in position, trying to get those twin beams there, and throws that secondary fire, trying to get some twin beam action, which wouldn't be a bad idea if he hit the shot that he just went after. He's going to have to hit his shots, get his guys moved in there with a great shot in Civil just then. I guess he heard me say something. And have them move in and get this node now. This is the time that they're going to have to move in there, because it's 41:55. If they can get that node up, get Cyberman to run in there with that mana real quick and take a couple shots, they could have a chance. But right now it looks like PHX playing it safe, knowing that all they have to do is win this in overtime. They've got the match.
Yeah, over on the other side for Phoenix Rising, Angry Saki, the leading scorer for them, and he's plus 20. And that's plus 20 on his frags. That means he's killed 20 more people than have killed him. And he's doing that on the ground. Well, of course, I don't know if the camera was following them, but whenever I talk about somebody, they die repeatedly over and over again and make me look silly. But Angry
They're
Saki.
gonna build. Four-way build, four-way link with DOW. They're trying to get up right now. Mana's coming, and they get the link. They do have the node up right now. They're pulling the tank, trying to see. They need to have people come in there and get that link back on it. The node does go down though, and PHX not getting any damage put on their core. So DOW had their chance right there. That may have been the last chance. Sorry I had to cut you off right there, but that's a big point.
Yeah, no, it was about time something happened. But unfortunately, it went nowhere. And you saw everybody on DOW there was linking up to keep that tank built up, but right now they need to link up and they need to get his... Cyberman X was on a killing spree. It gets ended there by Psycho, who... Not a nice lady right there, at least as far as Cyberman X is concerned. And... yeah, they were not able to do anything with that, and they since have lost their... They still have their tank, but you can have that tank all you want and keep it charged, but unless you get a build on that middle node, it's completely worthless. And they lost that tank, but it really doesn't matter, as we're really down to the nitty-gritty. They needed to do something then. That was their last best chance, and it looks like they blew it. And you have Barshal and Saki dueling it out there in the middle with the shock cores, and it seems like who can top who. Barshal takes out Saki right there, and if you want to look at the game inside the game, that was where it was. Here was Saki versus Barshal. There in the middle, you see the two scores right now. As we go over the scores, Barshal 69, Cyberman X 41, Super Sinner Ho 34, DOW Thunder 32, Sweeney 32, and Big Dog with 15. Over on the PHX side, we have Angry Saki with 65, Simple with 51, Dirt 47, Arwen 38, 25 for Dragon Sonic, 22 for Psycho, and that's the ball game, folks. The DOW unable to rally here in Primeval, and as expected, PHX was able to take this map, and after surprising DOW on Arctic, they're able to storm in and take out DOW. So an excellent game right here for PHX. Some surprises.
Well, go ahead and thank PHX and DOW again for inviting us to do this cast. A really fun cast tonight. If you guys got cash, I want to get out there. Come to the website, EGLN.net, come to the forum, do a request. We're trying to get as much action as we can. Clan-based, TWL, Cal, grudge matches. If you got it, we want to see it. So come on over, give us a holler. We'll try to get them out there to you. I'm good for tonight. I want to thank Captain Howdy also for doing video for us there. Recently upgraded his rig, so hopefully the video looks a little bit better than it did in the past. Dead Slash, you got anything else, man?
No, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I had a pleasure doing this cast. I want to see some more Onslaught casts, so get those requests in there.